One, welcome all. Call this to order, and our invocation will be by Reverend Clark Cuniff from the senior pastor from Bay Lake United Methodist. Welcome.
Thank you. Let us pray. Lord, we just thank you for this day, the gift that this day brings, and this opportunity to come together, Lord. And we just ask your blessings on each person here, especially for the mayor and the members of the city council. And Lord, we always lift up the staff of our city, of the first responders, of all the people that do things that help us in this city, Lord. We're just so thankful for each and every person and their contribution. We ask your blessings on this time, on this meeting this evening, and blessings on the decisions that need to be made, that you would guide us, that we can help to build one another up and not tear one another down. So together we can do more than we can individually. Just bless this time, bless these decisions, and guide us, Lord, with your love as we seek to receive your love and love you and love each other. Amen.
Thank you very much. And now if we may offer a moment of silence for those members of our community who have paid the ultimate price to keep us safe. Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, do we have a roll call?
Yes, Your Honor, all present.
Okay, do we have a motion for the certification of the closed session?
Second.
Okay, vote's open.
1 second, please.
Coming.
The vote is open. Vice Mayor, may I have your vote, please? Thank you. By a vote of 11-0, you've certified the closed session be in accordance with the motion to recess.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the formal and informal session of January 2nd, 2024? Formal session for January 9th, 2024. Informal and formal sessions, January 16th, 2024. Special formal session, January 23rd, 2024. And special formal session of January 30th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
The vote is open.
Okay, once again, this
I'm
is
sorry, by a vote.
Okay.
Councilmember Hutchinson, did you just want to abstain on 2 of those minutes?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I wasn't here for the first 2, so I did abstain.
Okay.
So do you want to vote yes for the remaining minutes?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Thank you. So you have
and
approved
Mayor,
the
Thank you
minutes
for your
as
help, ma'am.
submitted.
I'd like to mark my abstention for number 5.
Okay.
And Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
I need to abstain on number 4 because I was not here as well.
Okay, great. And we got that good stuff. You know, the council, takes great pleasure in honoring those who deserve honor. And we have a very special month right now honoring, our African-American community and the value that they bring to us. And at this point, I'm going to ask Council Member Wooten to, do the special recognition for those who deserve it so deservedly.
I rise today in honor and to honor the the historical African-American communities and neighborhoods of Virginia Beach. Oftentimes when I'm out in the community, I hear that it is important and from others that we should take time to recognize the efforts of African Americans in the community, the historic neighborhoods, and recognize what you've done and how you've preserved history in the city. Indeed, you are the bedrock of Virginia Beach, and you are honored today. What I will do is read the proclamation, but I will ask those to come forward as I will recognize each neighborhood and the district. And you can come forward and then I will read the proclamation. Those who are representing these neighborhoods, Burton Station, District 4, Newsom Farm, District 4, Lake Smith, District 9, Reedtown, District 9, Atlantic Park, District 6, SeaTac, District 6. And I know that there are some who are
Yeah,
still
come on
coming
forward.
in, and as they come in, certainly can come to the front. Queen City, District 1. New Light, District 7. Gracetown, District 9. Great Neck, District 6. Beechwood, District 9. Doletown, District 3. Little Neck, District 8. And I hear there is someone here in the building representing District 8, Little Neck. J Gardens, District 4. And also recognizing from District 7, the historic Centerville Society of Virginia Beach, who have recently received a historic marker for their preservation of history. And so as you all come forward, I'll read the proclamation. And this year's proclamation is a bit different, and it's honoring creatives and artists who are African American. But the proclamation also shares and honors you and your neighborhood and historic neighborhoods as well. We wanted to share in the honor for you as well. And so the proclamation reads, whereas the first Africans in Virginia were a group of captive enslaved persons originally from modern Angola, who landed at Old Point Comfort in Hampton, Virginia in 1619. And whereas one of the first schools of African American students was established in 1868, and whereas the general commemoration of the historical contributions of African Americans in Virginia and elsewhere was first established as Negro History Week in 1926 by a native Virginian, Carter G. Woodson. My, we've come a long way. And whereas President Gerald R. Ford expanded this commemoration and celebration to encompass Black History Month in 1976, and whereas the theme of commemoration in 2024 is African Americans and the arts, and whereas African American artists, poets, writers, visual artists, and dancers have historically served as change agents through their crafts. And whereas digital, literacy, visual or performing arts, Black trailblazers and innovators revolutionized their fields, often transforming them by pioneering new techniques and styles. And whereas through art, important issues and figures in African American history are exalted and underrepresented stories are preserved. Now, therefore, I, on behalf of Robert M. Bobby Dyer, Mayor of the City of Virginia Beach, Virginia, do hereby proclaim February 2024 African American Heritage Month in Virginia Beach. I call upon all citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools in Virginia Beach to join us in celebrating art and its relationship with justice. Art plays a role in communicating emotions, building community, and inspiring action. And so I would like to, again, thank you for coming out today. I would certainly like to have each person who's representing the neighborhood speak. But before I do that, we have others here who would like to say some specific words to you. Specifically, Councilmember Ross Hammond has done some tremendous work in the community, preserving and honoring African-American neighborhoods. I would certainly like her to speak, as well as others who are here who would like to speak on behalf of African-American Heritage Month. And then we'll come down, each district rep, as they so choose, to provide you with the proclamation.
As many of you know me, one of my first words are, God is good all the time. Good. It's wonderful to see you all, and congratulations on a special day. When we come down, we will turn you around. We have a wonderful photographer who can capture this for you. But this has been a long time coming, and we're happy to see this and move on. As you know, I'm working on the Virginia African American Culture Center. We're also getting some signage that's going to be put in at least 6 different communities, and some of you have been out there already, and that's through the kindness of the City Council of Virginia Beach. So we welcome you, we love you, and we want you to come back many times. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, Worth, and then Chris.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer, and welcome and congratulations. And it's truly an honor to represent our city, but specifically in District 6, the CTAC community. A lot of folks are here. Thank you for coming out, and it's a real honor to learn and help you in your move forward. Councilmember Ross Hammond and I are co-liaison to VB 250. In 2026, our nation celebrates our 250th anniversary. Around the city, we're going to plan events that will honor our history, and I'm sure we'll be calling on all districts and all communities to celebrate that. So thank you for being out here.
Okay, Chris.
Thank you, Mayor Dyer. Good to see everyone. Chris Taylor, many of you know my father, Douglas Taylor, born and raised in SeaTac. And yes, sir, God rest his soul. And the others know my mother, Janice Berry, who Douglas married in Little Neck. And who's here from Little Neck tonight? I heard we had someone from Little Neck. Well, I'm here from Little Neck. Are you representing? And so this is just a special honor. It's an honor to sit in this seat when just 58 years ago, my mother and her sisters integrated Kings Grant Elementary School. And I have a picture of her that I hang up with her being the only little, what they said at the time, Negro girl in the classroom. But she was smiling because she knew the opportunity she had. And as you all know from that generation, you weren't raised to hate. You were raised to love, to be kind to your neighbors. And so I sit here tonight proud because I know you all know where I come from and my family. And you all should be proud as well because this city has come a long way. We still have a mighty long way to go. But the fact that I'm speaking now along with Dr. Ross Hammond, Councilwoman Wooten, and Jennifer Rouse is an indication that we are moving ahead and progress is now. And so thank you all for coming tonight. God bless you.
Thank you. Jennifer.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to welcome y'all here today. And I'm looking at the folks who are before us, and I think about our city. We just celebrated 60 years. And I'm looking at the cumulative history in front of us that we're still such a young city, and so many of you have lived through so many of the changes, the hard changes, the Some of you have seen some of the beauty of our progress, and I'm so happy that I can be here in this moment with you and with my colleagues to celebrate our collective history, because Black history is American history, your history is Virginia Beach history, and your history and your efforts are contributing to our present and to our future. So I celebrate all of y'all today. I'm so glad for everyone who made it, and we continue to remember, we continue to honor, we continue to recognize. So this isn't the end, this is a continuation of this good work. So good evening to all of you, and happy to celebrate with you.
Thank you.
And I do have one last thing to say. As you know, I'm not originally from here. I'm from Liberia, West Africa. But it shows you we've come full circle. This is for District 4. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Sabrina?
Well, if there is no one else, we can go down and give you the proclamations. And those who would like to speak on behalf of the neighborhoods, you'll have opportunity to do so.
Sabrina, would it be okay if the entire council went down to embrace the crowd? Please, we welcome that. Thank you.
Is the mic on? Yes. So. I remember. Good.
So here's a copy of the proclamation for you to take back to your neighborhood. You can share it with them. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
How you doing? Hey, good to call me Bobby. You got it.
Fine.
Thank you.
May I have everybody's attention, please? To get this photo, we need to have everybody move up to this side and face towards the seats, please.
Oh, right.
Oh, I thought the.
How you doing, man? There we go. I know you.
Is there anyone here from Great Neck? No Great Neck? Great Neck is right there. There she is, right there.
Okay, folks. I'll get it to him. Okay, everybody looking great. Smile.
Everybody look this way. No blinking allowed. We're going to take a few just to make sure. Everybody looking this way, please. And I'm going to take a whole bunch. There we go.
Nice job, Sabrina.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, in a minute, we're going to hear from representatives from the various communities. If we can take our seats, please.
You're so nice. Yes, he did. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, folks, I think we're ready to proceed. Please.
Thank you to Mayor Dyer, the councilman of the city of Virginia Beach. We thank you for this opportunity and for the recognition and appreciation for the contributions that the African Americans, the Negroes, the coloreds, or whatever term you wish to use during your period of time, we're still here. I represent the Beechwood community, which started with 7 families who were first generation of freemen. They established the community, they built a church, and they founded a school that started from these 7 families. They were sharecroppers once they became freemen, and then they worked together as one family was given the opportunity to build. And this was when the benevolence of Judge L.D. Whitmore, who owned the plantation, which was Garrison's Plantation, which is now Baywell Farms and Church Point. But these 7 families worked together, cleared land, built homes, worked together, and stayed together, and to establish the church, Morning Star Baptist Church, which is still one of the oldest Black churches standing in the city of Virginia Beach. They built a school, which was the William Skinner School, because at that time, it was, of course, Blacks were not allowed in the school system. We had to have our own. And it's a story of dedication, of love, and the contribution that they did. They worked together, and that we still work together. Out of that 7 families, I'm the 4th generation of one of those families, and I still live right across the street from the house that I was born in the community, in the neighborhood, Beechwood. It's very dear to me, and I'm working very closely with Councilman Hammond and also Councilman Schulman, who's been very helpful in working with us and establishing some things, and we were very pleased and very proud of our community. And Beechwood was there in the early 1800s, and Beechwood will continue to stand. Again, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for the recognition.
God bless you. Okay, next up, please. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for everybody. It's good to be back again. I was here last year. I know I'm supposed to address the mayor and all the council people and the city manager and the city attorney and all of that. However, I'll just get to the point. We have several historic neighborhoods here. Some of them are historic on the national level. Some of them are recognized on the state level. Some of them are recognized on the city level and are working their way up the ladder. Not everybody gets the big plaque, but one of the things that I'm concerned about is that the plaque becomes the important thing. I think the more important thing is that perhaps the council, in preserving these neighborhoods, can come up with a referendum or an action that prohibits aggressive development that would change or affect the look and feel of these neighborhoods. I think that we sometimes think that if we have the plaque there, then we can we've addressed the neighborhood thing and we can go on with the development thing. And sometime I think we need to take a look and step back with the development thing and see how we can preserve these neighborhoods, the look and feel of these neighborhoods, so that the children and grandchildren of our neighborhoods can come and see a neighborhood and not just a plaque. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us. I'm Tammy Mullins-Rice, and I'm the past president of the Tech Civic League. This is Chastity Mangum. She is the current vice president of the Civic League. We do want to thank you for this honor, and we also appreciate being recognized as a historic African-American neighborhood in SeaTac, and we are over 250 years old, our community. We also started a school, had our own volunteer fire department, all of these things out of necessity in order to be able to survive in our community. We too would like to advocate for the protection of our neighborhoods, to keep, as you do with the green space or the open space, let's protect our historic neighborhood space and not have such aggressive companies like American Power Ventures come in that are putting in things that could be detrimental to our community and to our children. So we thank you again for this honor, but we ask that as you go on through this year and look at different things coming from planning, that you remember that we are a very proud, historic neighborhood. SeaTac and Atlantic Park is part of SeaTac. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't leave this stand without honoring my father. He was a fireman from SeaTac. We had a house in SeaTac. I get emotional because we were the black family on Hughes Avenue. Our house caught on fire. The Virginia Beach Fire Department wouldn't come. SeaTac came, they ran out of water. The house burned to the ground because they said they had no water for us. Look at us now. Look at SeaTac now. I just want to say that my dad was one of the first African-American firemen. And I appreciate you and I thank you. And with that being said, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Welcome, sir.
Hello, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Luther S. Allen III, the pastor of First Haven Baptist Church here right in the neighborhood of Doylestown. Certainly want to thank God for this opportunity to stand before you, all of the mayor and the city council members. One of the things about First Haven Baptist Church, we are particularly connected to that community of Doylestown. Some may know the owner of the Eureka Brickyard, Mr. Doyle. He purchased property near in what is now Doylestown, and some of his loyal employees purchased plots there from him. And many of those persons were instrumental in the life of the church. As a matter of fact, our address, Robert Jackson Drive, that's actually the maternal grandfather of several of our members. And so we just thank God for this opportunity. I certainly want to reiterate what's been said today in the midst of all the progress that the city is doing. We certainly want to be mindful and preserve our African-American neighborhoods. I want to thank Sister Wooten and Sister Amelia Ross Hammond and all of our council members for the work that you're doing in recognizing these neighborhoods. And I just encourage you to keep up the good work to balance progress along with preservation. We do need to progress, but we also need to preserve as well. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. And I come here on behalf of Queen City. And we'd like to start by thanking a gentleman by the name of John A. Wise for deciding to sell his farm one day. And they divided up the plots, 50 by 100 plots. And then the blacks started buying these plots and they started forming a community. Thanks to the gentleman, allow Queen City to start. And then we had multi-families to come in there and call and make this their home. And I would turn it over to one of the past presidents, Al, so he can finish it up. And thank you.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here to speak to you gentlemen and ladies. I'm going to give you a little thing that I really remember about Queen City. First thing, Queen City was a community. 99% of people were related together. That's very rare. And I can remember we was coming up, the roads were so, when I was coming up, I always liked to run, and then I got up one day and I was lucky enough to buy an old regular car. And the car, I always kept my tires clean, but the roads had so many holes in it. When I washed my tires, I had to go around the car and take about 10 minutes to get out, keep my tires from getting muddy. That's how it was. And then one day, the city decided it was going to give us something to fix the roads. And believe it or not, they came in there and scraped the road down and put some oyster shells in it. And can you imagine when the summertime comes, how smelly that was in the community? Flies and everything was in there, and it was just a mess. But I tell you what, God has truly blessed us now. Queen City is, if you go through there now, you wouldn't believe it. And I would love to, for my mother and father to be able to come in and see the change that has made for the past 20 years. It is really beautiful. And I truly want to thank you peoples for caring for us, because if it wasn't for some good peoples in the world, it would still be the same way it is now. And I really, truly want to thank you all, and God bless all of you.
God bless you, sir. Welcome.
Good evening. To the mayor, to the council members, I'm Larnell Smith from the Centerville Historical Society. And just a few months ago, we put up a marker down there on Kingsville Road, across from Pleasant Grove. And also, we honoring the man that Dickon McCoy, Dickon Gills, and it's one other, his name slips me. But they saw fit that the school buses and so forth, they wasn't cared for, the ones that the blacks had, and they said they wanted to do something about it, and they did something about it, and we honored them. They was the 38 that we honored back in October, when the mayor came and gave them each one of them a proclamation. And we'd like to accept this proclamation that you have gave us in the view that it was given to us. We'd like to thank Ms. Wooten, we'd like to thank Ms. Hammond, and we'd like to thank Ms. Rouse also, because they are collected members of this great council. To all of you all, God bless you.
God bless you, sir.
Good
evening.
I'm Jackie Marvin, and I'm representing 3 communities: Great Neck, Little Neck, and Atlantic Park. I know that Atlantic Park is part of CTAC, but what we plan to do, since there are no civic organizations in these communities, we're going to present this to the oldest member in the community. Now, Little Neck, Little Neck had a school, McPherson School. Great Neck had a school, Great Neck School. And when you go into Atlantic Park, did not have a school. It went to SeaTac. Now, when the Little Neck School burned down, they had a school in the Oddfellows Hall that was located next to the Lynn Haven Baptist Church. Chris Taylor, Councilman Taylor, his grandmother is the same age. When our church turned 109, she turned 109. She was from the Little Neck community. The McPherson School, Millie McPherson, he also had a crab factory there in Little Neck. Little Neck was the first location of the first Lynn Haven Baptist Church. The second location was on Virginia Beach Boulevard up there near the Wawa. Don't have that location. But in the Little Neck section, there's wonderful history because there was also a poorhouse located in the Little Neck section of Virginia Beach. Not many people know that, but it was. We found that on a map. And in the absence of Edna Hendricks not being here, we have done a lot of research on the neighborhoods, and we want to thank Mark Reed and Sharon Felton. We're having the opportunity now, Edna and I, to work with the VA 250 Commission. And we've already started. There is much work to be done in the history of Virginia Beach. And the stories, we're just unfolding some of these stories. And I thank you for allowing me to accept these proclamations for these communities. And if you will see that Sharon or Mark gets the other proclamations for the other communities that were not represented here tonight, we will make sure that the oldest member in that community gets this proclamation. Again, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we do have some special guests that represents the future of this great country, Commonwealth and Virginia Beach. And at the request of my colleague, Dr. Amelia Ross Hammond, we invited the Dusty Gray and Troop 5067 to come to our meeting. Come on down, folks. Boy Scouts, come on down.
These scouts, boys and girls scouts, are from my church, as well as Pastor Clark. And they get an opportunity to see what I do. Mayor Dyer?
Okay. Once you get settled, how about one by one, come up and say your name and come on over and we have a city pin for you. Okay? Somebody step forward.
Hey, I'm Eli Dunphy. I'm the SPO for the Boys Troop 67 at Bailey United Methodist Church, and I just want to thank y'all for letting us be here.
Oh, privilege. Come on up here. I got a little gift for you. Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Avon McLeod of Troop 67.
Hey, come on up. Thank you. Welcome. Next up.
I'm Logan Lindsay of Troop 67.
Hey, come on up. Hey, welcome.
I'm Aaron Gray of Troop 67, ASCPL.
Hey, once again, welcome.
I'm Alex Waldrum of Troop 67.
Come on up.
I'm Amelia Waldrum from 5067.
Hey, come on up. Welcome. Here we go. Next.
I'm Jolene Brown from 5067.
Hey, thank you. Hey.
I'm Marcella Lindsay from 5067.
Okay, welcome. And I'll tell you, the leaders too, I want you to come up and get a pin too. Please come up and introduce. We're putting you guys on the spot too. What do you think? Yep.
James Bennett, connected to the troop and the Cub Scout pack.
There you go. Come on. Oh, thank you.
He's the leader of the Cub Scout pack. My name is Peter Mack. I'm with Troop 67. I'm the Scoutmaster.
Thank you.
My name is Michael Lindsay. I'm the Assistant Scoutmaster for Troop 67.
Oh, great. Please. There you go.
Good.
Okay, thank you all very much. I tell you, I just want to thank, the scouts, the ladies and gentlemen that are going to be the future of this great country are learning, many, many good traits about leadership and community, and they come to the meetings. But a special shout out to the Scout Masters that really help out, and the parents that, bring their kids forward. It helps make our community great. Okay, at this point, I'm going to read the speaker's script. I would want to remind everyone that the City Council speaker policy that allows certain representatives of groups to speak for 10 minutes applies only to planning items. All other speakers, whether speaking individually or on behalf of a group, will have up to 3 minutes to speak on a single item. Speakers are reminded that during the comments during the formal session of the meeting must be limited to the subject of the item that is being considered by the council at the time you are called. For items placed on the consent agenda, a speaker will have up to 3 minutes to address any single item. If a speaker wishes to address multiple consent agenda items, the speaker will have a cumulative total time of 6 minutes to address those items. Again, the speaker must limit his or her comments to the subject matter of the items that have been called up to address. And finally, I call upon all speakers and all persons in the chamber to be civil in their discussion and decorum. Whatever views you hold and wish to express, the City Council wants to hear from you and to ensure that all viewpoints of all persons are respected. The best way to do this is for all of us to strive for civility and respect. Are there any one speaker items on the consent agenda?
Yes, Your Honor. Rick Kowalowicz would like to speak on number 1, Centerville Turnpike Phase 2 project.
Okay.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for allowing me to speak today. I'm here today to oppose the approval of number 1 on the ordinances and resolutions on the agenda. I am opposed for this reason. My Freedom of Information requested date January 23rd, 2024. My request, 2 questions. Number 1, please provide a copy of the law or ordinance where found in the Virginia Constitution, the Virginia Code, the City of Virginia Beach Charter, or a copy of the standing federal district court order that requires the City of Virginia Beach to be divided into 10 geographic voting districts versus 7 geographic voting districts. Number 2, please provide a copy of the law or ordinance where they're found in the Virginia Constitution, the Virginia Code, the City of Virginia Beach Charter, or a copy of the standing federal district court order that requires the City of Virginia Beach to maintain 3 minority-majority voting districts, i.e. districts 4, 7, and 10. City answer. Deputy City Attorney Chris Boykin advised we do not have records that are responsive to your request. They do not exist. Let me repeat, they do not exist. This is a direct violation of the Virginia Dillon Rule. Moving forward on this motion or any other motion is a direct violation of the Virginia Beach Charter, the Constitution of Virginia, and the U.S. Constitution. You must adjourn this meeting immediately until the federal lawsuit and the state lawsuit are adjudicated in their proper jurisdictions. Any actions by this unlawful body will be void. Thank you again for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
That's all the speakers, sir.
Okay, I'm ready for the consent agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Under ordinances and resolutions, number one, the ordinance to authorize the acquisition of property in fee simple for the Centerville Turnpike Phase 2, Project CIP 1057, formerly CIP 2-409, 100-451, formerly CIP 5-251, 100-452, formerly CIP 6-556, and the acquisition of temporary and permanent easements, either by agreement or condemnation, raid the enhanced safety and increased capacity. Number two is a resolution to authorize and direct the city manager to execute a memorandum of understanding, MOA, between the city and the cities of Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth, and Suffolk, raid the establishment between the Hampton Roads Computer-Aided Dispatch Interoperability Project. Number three is the ordinance to authorize the city manager to execute an agreement with the Virginia Beach School Board and appropriate miscellaneous revenue, raid the use of the school buses during the National High School Coaches Association Senior Nationals. Number four is the ordinance to appropriate $1.2 million from the Parking Enterprise Fund balance to the FY 2023-24 Economic Development Operating Budget, raid the continuation of already authorized freebie services to complete the FY 2023 previously approved scope. Number five is the ordinance to accept and appropriate $10,261,435 for the Virginia Department of Transportation, VDOT, to the FY 2023-24 Department of Public Works operation budget, and transfer $9,861,435 as PAYGO funding to the FY 2023-24 Capital Improvement Program, RAY PG 1040, Bikeway Trails and Renovations, $1,124,279, B, PG 268, Major Bridge Rehabilitation, II, 5.3 million, and C, PG 401, Street Reconstruction 22, II, $3,437,158, and authorize $400,000, raid the purchase of 2 crash trucks and aero boards and related equipment. Number six is the ordinance to transfer $305,294 from the general funds reserve for contingencies and accept and appropriate $457,941 from the Commonwealth of Virginia to the FY 2023-24 voter registrar and elections operating budget, raid the presidential primary election on March 5th, 2024. Number seven is the ordinance to accept and appropriate $30,925 from the Virginia Marine Resources Commission to the FY 2023-24 Public Work Operations budget and authorize $30,925 subsequent grant to the Vessel Disposal and Reuse Foundation, raid the administration, removal, and disposal of 3 abandoned and derelict vessels.
Open a public hearing on planning.
Number one is Ruffin 86 LLC for a variance to section 4.4C of the subdivision regulations, where demolish 3 dwelling units to construct 1 single-family dwelling at 109 A and B 86th Street and 8600 Oceanfront Avenue, District 6, and that is to defer it until March 5th. Move to approve.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, vote
Second.
is open.
I need a second, Mayor.
You need a
Second.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay.
Go ahead. The vote is open. By a vote of 11-0, you've approved the consent agenda as read by Vice Mayor Wilson.
Okay, thank you. Off to appointments.
No appointments.
No appointments. Okay, any unfinished business? New business. Okay, we are adjourned into open mic.